Hey guys, Holden here from H1 Fitness. I want to talk about how you reduce the risk of injury. So, first off, what you want to do is you always want to be doing some sort of strength program. Okay, that's important. You know, it could be from anywhere of almost kind of being like a bodybuilder type, or someone who's more functionally sound. So I mean, like a person that uses a lot like TheraBands, resistance bands. That stuff's great. You know, and they're not gonna obviously might not be as not gonna look as physically fit as maybe like a more of a bodybuilder type. However, it can be more functionally sound. But the point is that you're always kind of doing some sort of resistance training, no matter what, because resistance training is very, very, very important for how your body grows and functions. So when you build muscle, calcium is also deposited. So when you build stronger muscles, you're also building stronger bones. So that's very important because the stronger your muscles are, the stronger your bones will be, and you won't have any osteoporosis type events. And more importantly, when you strengthen muscles, you also strengthen ligaments and tendons. Though that is a slow recovery, you know, you build muscle faster than you'll build like some collagen. However, you will build stronger tendons. So, first off is the strength. You got, you know, it could be sports related, or you could just be kind of a meathead and, you know, just do the basic bodybuilding lifts, which are fine. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that as long as you're just complementing it with a correct recovery stage. So first off is weight training. Secondly is the recovery. In recovery, I mean stretching, foam rolling, icing, resting, that sort of thing. So stretching, I'm a huge, huge fan of stretching. I usually work out 4 days a week. And I try and get 3 of those days of stretching. So I'll go to my garage and I'll just stretch. And sometimes those stretching sessions can be longer than my weightlifting sessions because I take pride. I understand the importance of having a longer muscle is very important to how your overall muscle will function. Okay. So stretching, foam rolling. I prefer stretching. However, foam rolling is good because it's better for certain parts of the body, like your IT band. You know, harder places to get. But you know, I'm not a fan of foam rolling, like your hip flexors, pecs. I just think stretching is more valuable and does the job a little better. But foam rolling is great for certain areas, and I think foam rolling is good for maybe some sort of mobilizations of your back. You know, line it and get some popping. That feels good. It's like a little more therapeutic for me than stretching. So yeah, stretching, guys. I mean, if you can, try and I don't stretch as much after I work out as I should, but I do stretch. I take days off to stretch. You know, make sure you get a good warm up and you can stretch. I try and hit every part of my body, and you know, I try to be conscientious about, you know, strengthening your back and loosening up the front of your body. You know, because you know you don't always want to just stretch everything. You do want to work on imbalances that everyone has. Okay. So along the lines of that, icing is very important. I ice my knees a lot. I just do it for the hell of it too. I don't even, sometimes I don't have pain there anymore. I just do it just because it's good. Ice. I hot tub. I have a hot tub. I do that a lot. I think that's one thing that I've done that throughout my like volleyball career and stuff. I think that's something I've done that I don't think anyone else has really done. I do it on like a consistent basis, and I don't quite see results right away, but I do think taking a hot tub does some good. loosening up your muscles. And I don't think I have like a indirect or a direct effect from it, but I think throughout the week it adds some sort of advantage to me. Just maybe I have looser muscles, I can stretch a little better than everyone else. So ice bath, hot tub, great stuff. And then also it's stuff like this with the gua sha, cupping, doing stuff to areas of your body that are just kind of damaged and working on it. And that's what really will separate you apart, not only from injury, but from function too, performance. So it's really important, guys, to do some research online, find some cool techniques, along with stretching, icing, gua sha. It's cool stuff. Also, you take like a Dixie cup with ice. You can rub it on areas that promotes the collagen genesis, breaks down all that tissue. Also, one thing that I've gotten into more since I've been going to physical therapy is joint mobilization exercises. So, for example, you could take a big resistance band, hook it around some sort of post, and then loop it within your hip. Okay? So what you're doing is you're distracting that hip joint, that capsule, and you're trying to improve range of motion while there's a force pulling it outward. So you're kind of distracting that hip joint because it's a ball and socket. That's example. You can wrap a belt around your leg and then attach it to your leg and push out and try. It's the same concept. Guys, just look up hip joint mobilizations with resistance band. Some really cool stuff there that really does work because it's providing a distraction. Then with that distraction, you can apply your force to get that extra range of motion, get that blood flow into that joint capsule, etc. You can do it with your ankle. I need to work on that after I get my foot done. There's hip's the most important. Ankle. You can do some shoulder type stuff. What else? But I think the hip's most important. It really opens up those hips for squatting and any sort of exercise like that. Along the lines of the foam rolling, using a ball is great to get into your glutes. I actually would probably prefer the ball maybe even more than sometimes the foam rolling because it's a lot more precise. You can get more pressure on there. I'll use a lacrosse ball or a baseball. I just don't think a tennis ball has enough give, honestly. I think I've conditioned my muscles to maybe take a little more than normal, but baseball doesn't seem to do anything for me. So once again, guys, when you foam roll or use a ball, you want to hold. Same thing for stretching. You always want to hold. You don't want to move around, stretch too long. And then, sorry, I just spaced out. And then also, proper warm-up is really important. Okay, guys, so I think it's important for, let's say you're weightlifting, to do a proper, if you're doing leg day, you want to do maybe some warm-ups with a resistance band around your legs, get your glutes really firing, activated, do some bridges. So really depending on the day is you want to focus on using those muscles beforehand to activate them, and then you can further progress into those workouts. Once again, look on YouTube, do like glute activation exercises, awesome stuff. And let's say you're playing a sport, you want to do some functional warm-ups. So if you're playing volleyball, you want to do a dynamic warm-up. That doesn't mean stretch for 20 minutes. I mean doing like lunges, then do like a quad pull. Very kind of short bursts of exercises that relate to the sport. So you're gonna do a lot of jumping. So you want to do exercises that'll get your legs firing. Also, when you stretch, it'll remind your muscles to kind of turn on. That sort of stuff. So warm-up's really good, really important. But more, and also you want to work when you're working out. I think it's best to do exercises that use bigger muscles, use stabilizer muscles. When you work out, don't just do like bicep curls. That's not a very functional exercise. There's not many times in your life where you're gonna be, pulling something with one arm up that weighs 30 pounds. Squats, you really want to work on trying to activate bigger muscles like your glutes. Stay away from quad domination. But think function. Maybe try and mimic exercises that you do while you play. That's what like the TRX Rip Trainer is good for. Stabilizers, which are great for reducing injury. And you want to just be mental and think about when you work out what muscles you're using, how's that going to relate to your sport, how's that going to prevent injury. Okay, so don't isolate certain areas. You want to do it in a more functional fashion and use bigger muscles because those are muscles that are really going to support you. So yeah, guys, use stretching. Recovery is important. Warm up is just as important. And when you're training, try and just be smart and think about how it's gonna how they're gonna be used in your daily life. Okay. So guys, HBOM Fitness. Those are some helpful tips. And see you guys later. Thanks.